Hi everyone, welcome to Selenium Python training. In the last session, we studied about how to use the first A option, which is right click and inspect element on a desired object. Now let us see how to identify the properties from the entire HTML. So I'm opening my application and I'm closing this one. I'm using the same earlier scenarios itself. One is identify the text field property and as well as this button property. So go back here. In order to display the HTML content of this page, we need to press either F12 or function F12 from your keyboard, which will be displaying the complete HTML of the web page. Okay, which will be displaying the complete HTML of the web page. And now here there are a few tabs, right? Element, console, source, and network. These many tabs are there. Among all these things, if you mouse over on the first option, select an element in a page. So just click on that. And if you scroll your cursor onto the browser, it's highlighting. And just place your cursor on a desired object and perform a click operation on that. See guys, the simple thing what I'm doing means I'm selecting this first option and I'm scrolling my mouse onto the web page, and whichever the object I want, I'm selecting that particular object. Mouse over on that, just click on that object, corresponding properties will be displayed. And once after we have identified the properties, if it has a default properties, then we can copy it and we can use it. If that object doesn't have a default properties, like earlier video, we will be creating an XPath and we are going to use that particular XPath within our program. Okay, we are going to use the XPath within our program. So this is the way how to identify that. I'm repeating this step once again, guys. So go to the application for which you want to identify the properties and press F12 or function F12 from your keyboard, which will open this HTML info. The first option, which is whenever you mouse over on that, select an element in the page to inspect it. Click on that and go to the desired object and select it. Automatically, the properties will be displayed. So usually guys, among these two options, the first is the simplest option, which we usually prefer in a real world. We are not touching this second option. The first option is the most preferable used option. And the next one is using Selenium IDE add-on. Guys, if you remember the previous videos in a record and a playback session, we have already installed a Selenium IDE to our Chrome browser. Now I'm switching back to my Chrome browser and I'm launching my Selenium IDE and I'm selecting a new project as a demo project and I'm giving my bing.com application as a URL. So what I'm trying to do with this Selenium IDE, see with this Selenium IDE, what we can do here means whichever the application properties, whatever the object properties you want, just open the application, open that application and perform recording option on those objects so that your IDE will capture those properties, and once the recording is completed, you can switch to your IDE and we can copy those properties and we can use them in our program. This is the step. Okay, so click on a start recording. As per my scenario, I want to identify the text field property and as well as a button. So go to the browser, on a text field, enter a value. So Selenium IDE is recording, so it will capture the properties. And the similar way, click on the button. And once we are done with the desired operation, go ahead and stop the recording and see within a Selenium IDE, the type command got captured under the target of Selenium IDE. Okay, Selenium IDE has a target. Under the target of a Selenium IDE, it will capture various properties related to that particular object. We can copy it and we can use it in our program. See, it has these many properties. Select it. It has captured these many properties. Copy any one of the property and go ahead and use in your program. That's it. This is going to be the second option. Copy and use it in your program. That's it. This is the second option where we can use the Selenium IDE. And the third option here is a WebDriver element locator. Install this add-on to your Chrome browser first. Okay, install this WebDriver element locator add-on to your Chrome browser. So let me open my Chrome browser and I'm closing my Selenium IDE. I don't want it now. And in the Chrome browser, WebDriver element locator for Chrome, and click on a first option, which is navigating to the Chrome store. And here I have already added this add-on. That's the reason remove from Chrome option is displaying. Whereas for you, add to Chrome option will display. Click on that add-on, add to Chrome, and install that add-on. Once the add-on got installed, earlier you found a Catalan Studio and Selenium here, right? Prior to that, you can find this add-on. When you mouse over on that element locator option is displaying, click on that element locator. As soon as you clicked on that element locator, see here a delete option and a minimize option and a no elements found in a page. We don't have any elements. By default, this element locator is in off. Just click on this button, which will move into an on state, and you can click on this button, which will move into an off state. And here we have a mark all button. Now, go to the desired application on which you want to identify the properties and then open this element locator add-on, and now mark it as a on and mark all as a on. When you get your cursor out of this element locator, see here guys, when I get my cursor out of this element locator, for everything a dotted line is getting displayed. See here, everything a dotted line is getting displayed. If I click on my desired object, see here, the count got incremented to 1. The meaning is this locator captured the properties for that object. To cross-check, open it, and it has the XPath and a CSS selector, and there is a magnifying icon. Clicking on that magnifying icon has a tooltip 16. Clicking on that, 16 different properties related to that object got captured. Depending on your need, you can copy the properties and you can use it in your script. I just deleted that property and I'm closing my icon. That's it. So this is the way how to use a different types of locators. And among all these locators, guys, this is the only option which I'm using in my real world, which is the HTML code option. I'm using it in my real world. Okay, cool. That's all I have for this locators concept. And in the next session, we will see what is the default mechanism in WebDriver. See, the simple point is I'm capturing an ID property from a browser, right? How to use that ID property in a WebDriver? There should be some command. What is that command and how to use that command? We will see in the next session. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.